things kind of got out of hand and bulldozed, and I mean, I know you'd said over the radio like freaking Sammy, but I mean, he's kind of put in this spot, you know.
No. Listen. This is what we're at. This is where the racing is at. This is not acceptable. I don't care if it's Sammy, if it's the 54. The only thing I was upset at Sammy was after he made the move to try to get the 54, he cut down and just run right into me, right? So then it just stops us. I know why he did what he did. I just, you go back however many years ago, these problems didn't happen, right? 20 years ago that we didn't race like this, and I don't know. I mean, I guess if I want to be the aggressor, you drive off in there and you ship Sammy into the 54, and it's probably a moot point, but I don't know. I feel like all day, using the bumper was one thing, but just blatantly wrecking people, I mean, that's the 54 tried to wreck him, and he did back what the 54 did to him. I mean, they're both going to be upset. I'm upset because we lost it after Cash, and we lost a chance of winning a race. So that's how it goes. I'm happy for Austin. He won a race how he lost it 2 years ago, so good for him. I just hope that when we get back here in the fall, cooler heads prevail and we can race a little bit better.
Is the racing more acceptable now? How do you even just begin to make it better for this?
You heard my answer off the record. I don't know. I mean, the hard part is this. NASCAR's in a box, right? They don't want to make a balls and strikes call. I don't blame them, right? You win and you're in, right? So if the 8 or the 54 win, they're in the playoffs. I understand it. Do I like it? No. But I understand it. And, I'll probably walk out of here and cool down a little bit and look back on it and say, man, it is what it is. But I just, I think of the Mark Martins, the Kelly Roberts, even the Dale Seniors, right? Like, it was one car incidents. It wasn't what we're seeing now. And I think the car is being so resilient, the way that it is. It's just the nature of where we're at. And I hate it, but it is what it is.
You mentioned Mark Martin, Kelly Garber, all those elder statesmen. You're in that role now in the Xfinity Series. Do you take responsibility to try and coach younger drivers?
I'm not big enough to handle that part because honestly, I don't know. Those guys were so great at diplomacy and respect. While you raced hard and you raced each other hard, you knew what you were getting into, and I don't know. I think the problem is, Dale Senior was aggressive, and Dale Senior made a lot of waves, but you had a guy or a couple of guys that were kind of the aggressors. Now it's just you get here and the cars are strong enough that everybody is, right? And it's so hard to sit in behind the wheel coming to a green white checker knowing what you're up against and knowing that there's nothing you can do about it, and tearing up a perfectly good race car that really didn't have a ton of damage on it all day.